past weeks, we have seen the Black Lives Matter protest grow in strength around the world. And I was reminded of my own small part in the world of protests. For many years, I was working as a volunteer with Save the Children Fund, indeed until quite recently. And the job I did was to give talks to schools and to other organisations about the work that the fund undertook. Indeed, I was the Surrey County Coordinator for Speaking Out, as well as being a member of the National Advisory Voluntary Group. It was a fascinating period of time. As a result of this, I was invited to an awards day. Volunteers, of course, are often invited to all sorts of things. And it was to be held in South Africa House, so I was very keen to go. The president, Princess Anne, was there to present the awards, and I knew that South Africa House is reputed to be one of the most elegant Art Deco buildings in London, and I'd never seen it. So off I went. We rushed into the cinema, which is indeed a very elegant 1930s Art Deco cinema. The awards, etc., were made, and off we went to an equally elegant Art Deco hall where we had a buffet lunch and stood around in small groups, waiting for the Princess Anne to come round and say hello and all that. During this time, the High Commissioner was also working the room and came to our group and said to me, had I ever been to South Africa House before? No, I said I hadn't. But I'd always wanted to because of the Art Deco bit and how beautiful it was. Although I said I was very familiar with the outside, I passed it fairly regularly on the way to work and home, and I'd also stood in the cordon of anti-apartheid protesters that surrounded South Africa House for really a large number of years. To my utter amazement, the High Commissioner threw her arms around me and said, "Oh, thank you. We are so grateful for that support. You have no idea how much hope it gave to those of us in South Africa to know that people were on our side, to know that people were making a stand, and there was support. Thank you very much." Well, I was frankly slightly embarrassed because her response suggested that I had actually released Nelson Mandela myself. All I'd done was to stand outside as part of many other hundreds of people protesting against what seemed an unfair thing. It was after she left that it occurred to me, of course, the point she was really making was that protest can work, that it can work in two ways. One, it can make change, very long term, but it can. And secondly, it gives support to those who are on the front line. In this case, gave support to the many black politicians in South Africa working to make their country fairer. And so I felt, well, very proud and rather humble, to be honest, because I realised protest can work and can be helpful. A little while later, we had the statutory hello and short chat with the princess. I have to say, it was a bit of an anticlimax after the enthusiastic hug from the High Commissioner.